Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Harawan, Wan Yasharala of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Kharab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now today I'll be coming out of a lesson, and I was reading through some articles, and this stood out to me through the spirit of Yahweh by Shemel Shai. It says the BBC, which is a news organization, explains decision to use AI to recreate voice of dying person. But of course, the truth of the matter is this is a weapon of the border of wickedness, the tabernacles of Edom. You know, they're going to be trying to they've already weaponized AI. You know, they're going to try to make it more applicable to more medial, mundane tasks, such as you see right here, recreating people's voices. And I'm sure you've seen it. It's been a couple of commercials on YouTube when you're watching videos and they throw that old aggravating commercial in and something that you might enjoy watching, and then they have the AI. That actually be AI. That doesn't actually be the actual person speaking. That be a AI replica of their voice speaking, and you can hear the generic sound in it. But nonetheless, this is what these devils are doing. They're weaponizing things such as AI, artificial intelligence, when it's just a device of Satan, of the devil, the deceiver, the board of wickedness. But let's continue. The BBC said it is using AI technology, a highly sensitive documentary, to represent the voice of a person who is nearing the end of their life. See? So the move reflects the wishes of the person's family and will recreate a voice which can now no longer be heard, the corporation said. This is a wicked device. This is wickedness. People can't even pass on to the spirit world with that faggot ass Esau with his tomfoolery. Salakia. I meant to say that. I didn't mean to say that. Continuing. So it comes after actress Sarah Poyser, a star of the West production of Mamma Mia and the touring production of Come From Away, was told her services were no longer required for voiceover work because artificial intelligence was being used instead. So basically, they're using AI to put people out of jobs, put people out of work, to take away people's livelihood. That's oppression, and that's wicked. Continuing, it says Poyser shared a screenshot of an email from the production company making the BBC show, which said, "Sorry for the delay. We have had the approval from the BBC to use the AI generated voice, so we won't need Sarah anymore." And as you can see, I guess that's it right there. Says she described the email as sobering, and her tweet went viral, sparking an online debate about artificial intelligence depriving actors of work. Esau, that's again, this AI thing is a weapon that Esau is using. He's depriving people of their livelihood. The BBC said it was aware of the decision in the last 24 hours of our use of AI in relation to the voiceover work, adding there was some important context to note. Real quick before I finish this article. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. So Esau's ways are always grievous. Every time he comes up with something, some new rule, some new regulation, some new law or statute or municipal code or whatever it is, they're always grievous to those that he is subjecting under it. But what he failed to realize that the Lord's judgments are far above his understanding. And Esau, he liked to do something like puff at his enemies, thinking ain't nothing finna happen. And that just ain't gonna work. He puff at his enemies. Just look at what Esau is doing right now over there in the Taiwan Strait or wherever over there in the Southeast Asia with the tomfoolery he got going on over there. Posturing, trying to set up for a war or invoke or provoke war with one of the newly realized upcoming superpowers in the earth, which is China. Let's continue. It says the BBC said it was aware of discussion in the last 24 hours. So these people, they been knew what they was gonna do instead of just calling the lady and just being real, But Esau, yeah. Let's continue. It says in the last 24 hours regarding use of AI in relation to voice over work, adding there was some important context to note. The statement said we were making a highly sensitive documentary which features a contributor who is nearing the end of life and who is unable to speak. We have been working closely with their family to explore how we might best represent the contributor's voice at the end of the film when the words they have written are read out. In these very particular circumstances, and with the family's wishes in mind, we have agreed to the use of AI for a brief section to recreate a voice which can now no longer be heard. So how in the flying flip phone are you going to recreate a voice that cannot even be heard? This will clearly be labeled within the film. So as you know, Esau is with tomfoolery. Yet again, he's using AI, taking people's jobs, oppressing people. But that's what devils do. That's what demons do. So let's continue. I'm gonna hit Psalms chapter 10 once more, verse 5. It says, "His ways are always grievous." So Esau's ways are always grievous. There's just no way that is not going to affect the person negatively that he comes up with, because he's wicked. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. So the judgments of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai are far above out of Esau's sight. Meaning he don't consider all this wickedness he doing. He really think it ain't gonna come back on him. And he going around puffing at everybody, his enemies. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing being a bully. Bullies get their ass whooped eventually. And it is what it is. That's just the truth. Because why? Because bullies, truthfully, they prey on people that they know they bigger than and stronger than. But see, bullies, they get prideful. They get indignant. They get cocky and arrogant because they've been messing with people that are smaller and weaker than them, that they know they're stronger than, and it makes them run up on somebody that they assume is weak or think is weak, but actually is either strong enough or stronger to put them in their place. And that's what Esau does. That's why it says, as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. And right now, he over there in the east, Salakia, the southeast, between that Taiwan Strait, that little space of water between mainland China and Taiwan and the Philippines and all that area, puffing at China. Like, China can put the whoop on Babylon. And if China start, go to war. Guess what? Russia following up. Russia is the guard. So Russia is definitely strong enough. As a matter of fact, stronger. But this is what Esau does. He puff at his enemies. Verse 6. I was just going to skip the verse 7, but verse 6 it says, he saith in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's what Esau says in his heart. He's not going to be moved. He ain't going to get checked. He ain't going to get exposed. He ain't going to get stopped. He think ain't nothing going to happen to him. Verse 7, it says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And this is all Esau is. This is all he is. His mouth is full of cursing. Nothing of righteousness comes out of his face unless the Lord make it happen. But under Esau's tongue is what is fraud and deceit, lies. And basically, with this article, they defrauded a voiceover actor out of her job. They basically just took away her livelihood. And it says under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Mischief, getting into things, and uselessness. But let's continue. And see, Esau with his tomfoolery, he think don't nobody see him, but the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. All works of the flesh are before the eyes of the Lord. They mean the Lord see everything. There is nothing on the earth that man does that the Lord does not see. But this is what Esau does. This is how you know Esau know this is how you know that they're wicked. This is Isaiah 29 and 15. It says, woe to them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? So it's woe to them. Woe means destruction to those that seek deep to hide their counsel. These devils are always having counsels behind closed doors, out of the eyes of the public. And he think that he's not being seen. Just like with this right here. What it says in the article right here. Where let me see. Yeah, it says where right here, it says in the you know what I'm saying, the news company, the BBC, was aware of the last 24 hours that they was going to use the AI, but they didn't tell the voiceover actress until after the fact. And that's what Esau does. He does things in the dark. He tries to hide his counsel from the Lord, but the Lord can see. And then Esau think, who seeth us and who knows what's going on? Well, it's the Lord that sees and knows what's going on. And then what does he do? He then uses his men, his pastors, his teachers, his preachers, his apostles, his evangelists, his ministers, to speak the word, to speak the truth, and to expose this devil, and to bring out the truth as well. And this is what Esau does. They had a whole meeting behind closed doors and didn't tell whomever that actress is, that voiceover actress, anything. They sent her email last minute type of time. That's what it means by Esau's ways are always grievous. That's what it means by he's hiding his counsel. It says woe, and Esau's always hiding his counsel in the dark. So woe is destruction, woe is judgment. Our last point, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. This says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So the men of the Lord are not ignorant to Satan's devices. Everybody else outside of the remnant of Israel, there may be some people here and there that they may pick up on certain things, but unless Satan could get an advantage, we're not ignorant of his devices. So that means he can't get over. Because why? We're not ignorant of his devices. And see, a lot of people still are ignorant of Esau's devices, Satan's devices. So they get bamboozled, hoodwinked. They get Jewed you know, gypped and shortchanged in whatever it is that Esau has set up. But for those who have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, who have the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shai dwelling on the inside, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. We're not ignorant because we see, and through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shai, this is a weapon. This is a weapon. AI is a weapon for Esau. It is not to better the lives of people. It is a weapon to further oppress and to tear down. So never trust thine enemy. And it tells you that in Sirach. Kind. I'm gonna end it right there. I was looking for some more scriptures, but I'm gonna end it right there. And with that, shalom.